Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, where royal elegance meets global diplomacy. Today, we're diving into a moment that has captured the world's attention, a dazzling encounter between the British royal family and former U.S. President Donald Trump during his 2025 state visit to the United Kingdom. The stage was Windsor Castle, draped in autumn sunlight, flags dancing in the breeze, as the presidential helicopter touched down on the historic lawns. Out stepped Donald Trump with First Lady Melania, greeted by King Charles III, Queen Camilla, and the ever-graceful Prince William and Princess Catherine. Cameras flashed, crowds cheered, and the atmosphere brimmed with anticipation. The visit unfolded with all the splendor one would expect: grand military parades, glittering banquets beneath crystal chandeliers, and warm conversations over British classics like roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. But while every moment seemed steeped in tradition, no one foresaw the gesture that would leave headlines ablaze, a gift of extraordinary beauty presented to Princess Catherine. Let's rewind. The week began with a series of symbolic outings. Catherine, radiant in a golden gown, embodied both elegance and resilience as she welcomed the Trumps, fresh from her highly praised return to public life. Melania Trump, glowing in a yellow sheath dress, joined her for visits to youth groups and cultural landmarks. Observers noted the genuine rapport between the two women, shared laughter, subtle gestures of warmth, and moments that broke through the formality of protocol. Behind the scenes, however, the stakes were serious. Britain was eager to strengthen trade, security, and cultural ties, while the U.S. sought new opportunities for collaboration. Catherine, often described as the monarchy's soft power secret weapon, played her role flawlessly. Her empathy, charm, and intelligence smoothed over difficult conversations, leaving a lasting impression on the visiting delegation. By the time of the state banquet, where Catherine dazzled in a tiara once worn by Princess Diana, the mood had shifted. What began as cautious diplomacy had transformed into genuine camaraderie. Trump himself was overheard praising Catherine's star quality, remarking on her ability to make things happen without saying a word. Then came the moment that no one expected. On the morning of the Trumps' departure, as the royals gathered for private farewells, a velvet case was brought forward. Inside rested a breathtaking brooch, a deep blue sapphire encircled by diamonds, its design symbolizing friendship and unity. The craftsmanship, reportedly by master jewelers in New York, carried layers of meaning. An eagle in flight representing freedom, sapphire blue echoing the Atlantic that links the two nations, and engravings that nodded to milestones in US-UK history. Princess Catherine, poised as ever, accepted the gift with grace. Witnesses described the room falling silent before she softly said, "This is truly beyond words." King Charles smiled with pride, and Prince William's quiet laugh of amazement said it all. For a monarchy built on tradition, it was a moment of modern diplomacy wrapped in sparkle. The brooch instantly became a cultural phenomenon. Social media lit up with hashtags celebrating Catherine's role in the visit. Tabloids splashed headlines like "the gift that stunned the royals," while experts speculated about its value, calling it one of the most remarkable diplomatic tokens in recent history. But beyond its material worth, the brooch represented something deeper, a recognition of Catherine's growing influence on the world stage. From her advocacy on mental health to her symbolic presence at state occasions, she has emerged not just as a royal consort, but as a stateswoman in her own right. As she stepped out later that week to meet children at a hospice, the brooch pinned delicately to her blouse, the crowd erupted in cheers. For many, it wasn't just a jewel. It was a symbol of resilience, empathy, and the quiet strength Catherine has come to embody. Historians will no doubt debate the significance of this gesture for years to come. Was it pure diplomacy, a bold personal statement, or a sign of Catherine's evolving role as a global figure? Whatever the interpretation, one thing is certain: this state visit will be remembered not only for its grandeur, but for the dazzling moment when tradition, diplomacy, and humanity came together in one sparkling gift. And so as Marine One lifted into the sky, leaving Windsor Castle behind, the image of Princess Catherine wearing the brooch glimmered across screens worldwide. A reminder that sometimes the most powerful tools in diplomacy aren't speeches or treaties, but the universal language of respect and gratitude.